What is happening, TwT fans? It is so good to be back on this May 7th, 2026. It is time for another Talking with Topher. This is episode 318, everybody. And before I get into anything, let me start off the way I always do by saying thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers out there. You are the reason I keep coming back week after week. If you're new, popping by, or just checking it out, make sure you hit that subscribe button, everybody, all right? It's free for you. This thing is not free to do, so please be hitting that subscribe button. Want an opportunity to tell your story, or maybe tell a story that just needs to be heard? Send an email over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Send an audio, video, or type it out. Don't forget about the link tree. It's in the description below the video. That's right, the link tree link gives you access to everything TwT. It's just that easy. And of course, you can find all the links in the description below the video to do your own research. Now, with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's get into today's episode. All right, so what's happening, everybody? I want to let you know that I have given up on nicotine. I'm doing these new On pouches here. These are the new On 6 milligram. They come in 9 milligram as well. They have no corners. They're turned inside out. They're super soft, and I just couldn't deal with the anger anymore. Anger is something that really bothers me. I don't appreciate it. I hate freaking out. And I realized that when my dad died and I was trying to give up nicotine, it was too much pressure. So I have gone fully back on nicotine. You can get, well, I don't know if you can get them still today, but they were having massive sales on these things where you could get a sleeve of 5 for $15. Nobody could beat it. I mean, one can of the Rogues is $10.89. It was absolutely insane. So I took massive advantage of this, bought a whole bunch of sleeves, and I'm going to deal with my anger at a later date because I got it to a point and it was doing really well. I took nicotine away and it went skyrocketing. So I put nicotine back into the mix, and now my anger is back to where I like it, which is manageable. Not freaking out about everything. So sometimes in order to get what we want, I guess I have to continue using something that is highly addictive, and I really, really wish I could get out of my life. But one baby step at a time, everybody. So one baby step at a time is where I'm at. So anybody out there dealing with addiction, I hope that you yourself can also make good decisions on whether or not, the addiction is ruining your life, or if the addiction is just, it's weird, right? Anger ruins a lot of shit for me. Nicotine doesn't really ruin anything, but it's something that I'm wishing I wasn't addicted to anymore. I take the nicotine away, my anger skyrockets, ruins my work life, my home life, and it just makes me a terrible person. I put nicotine back into my life, and all of those things go away. What is this? I'm not sure, but all I know is that alcohol was ruining my life, and I'm staying away from it, and it's been over 9 years, and my life has gotten better. And the more that I deal with my addictions, the more that I deal with my mental health issues, the more I realize that the less I need to feed my addictions. But for some reason, my addiction to nicotine subsides my anger. So what do you do when an addiction that you are trying to get rid of is actually helping a different part of your brain, and it's actually helping a part of you not be this different person? That, for me, put me in a pickle, right? Because I'm all about giving up addictions. I'm all about bettering yourself and being a better person. And here I am, falling back into the world of nicotine to keep my anger at bay. It's such a weird place to be. It's such a weird place to be. But do you want to know the truth about taxes? Dude, check this out. We are going on a roller coaster ride today, everybody. I say it every week, but I mean it more than ever because of the simple fact that we have got people stealing our tax money. We have corporations stealing our tax money. We have government officials stealing our tax money. Everybody is stealing our tax money. Our roads are falling apart. Our bridges are being held up by jacks and blocks. And are we ever going to see a different world where our tax dollars actually do what they say they're going to do? Because they don't have to have receipts. Are we ever going to find out what's actually happened to our money? Are we ever going to see our money again? I think the answer is no. But I also think that knowing more about our taxes and what's going on is important. So listen to this because, man, this is wild.
Everything you think you know about taxes is not real. Whatever money you pay in taxes, the Treasury just burns. They set it on fire. They delete it from the system. It doesn't go to pay for your neighbor's hip replacement. It doesn't pay the salaries of federal government employees. It is destroyed.
Just a reminder that nothing is real, guys.
Is that tax money that the Fed is spending?
It's not tax money. We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account that they have with the Fed.
What the fuck does that mean? So our taxes are fake. They don't even use our tax dollars. They bump up the account. They falsify the funds. They funnel the funds into something completely different and fake. Therefore, everything we're doing is fake, everybody. It's all fake. This is crazy. What is happening today? Everything that we have been told is a lie. So what are we doing? Why are we paying taxes? For what? So they can keep doing what they've always done. Control us. Control us. Take over our lives. Implement laws. Constrict us. And constantly tell us that it's for our safety and for the children's safety. But yet we all know what they really think of us and what they really do with all of the children, don't we? Now, I don't know if anybody has seen this, but have you heard of Objection? Because Objection is made by Peter Thiel, and this is wild, everybody. I have no idea what's going to happen after this. This is insane.
There's no way to fight back. Until now. Introducing Objection, the first AI tribunal. Former CIA and FBI agents will investigate. They gather evidence and make it public, permanently. The AI tribunal checks the record and renders the verdict. You can save your reputation in days, not years. From the team that bankrupted Gawker, mastermind Aaron D'Souza, and investor Peter Thiel, comes Objection. Truth isn't what goes viral, it's verified. File an objection.
Yeah, I don't know.
What? File an objection. So now we have this new program being built off of AI by somebody who has been backed by the Pentagon. And this thing is going to be able, if you're a big giant CEO and someone just said that you did inappropriate things with women, now all of a sudden you can go to Objection. And I object. And now this computer is going to prove your innocence. because that's what we need to do. We need to prove giant corporations and CEOs and stockholders' innocence from all the victims that they've left behind them. That's all this is going to do, everybody. That's what this is going to do. This is not going to help me or you. This is going to help them. They're putting everything into place. Like right now, what we're watching is the complete and absolute destruction of everything that we know. Why are they completely and absolutely destroying everything that we know? Because they want to implement the new. This is the only way to implement the new, is to destroy everything old. But what does this new world bring for us? I believe we're all screwed. We're all screwed, everybody. This is going to make our lives more difficult. We are not going to be able to speak up. They're going to be able to object to what we say, and they're going to be able to lock us up and put us away because of what we say, because they will object. This is a very, very scary move. And if the things that I have recently heard are correct, then the AI being implemented as judge, jury, and executioner is the new world order, everybody. This is where we're at. So, dude, time travel. Could it be real? Could it be real? Well, according to this, it's a possibility. So I found this to be very interesting, because you're telling me that there is a possibility of time travelers. Let's check it out.
In June of 1950 in New York City, out of nowhere, a man just appears in the middle of 42nd Street. And then a taxi, who's driving full speed, wipes the guy out. He just appears in the middle of 42nd Street. He looks disoriented. He looks startled. He looks scared. He doesn't know where he is. Boom, taken out by a taxi. Now, you might think that's the end of the story. Something was a little odd with this gentleman. He's dressed like he's from a different time. The guy's got a bowler hat on. He's got shoes with silver buckles on them. Nobody wears that. He's got a black coat. He's got pinstripe pants. Something doesn't add up. Well, the police show up, and they search for his ID. This is where it gets kind of weird. They search his pockets, and they find out that his name is Rudolph Fens. Now, Rudolph is dead in the middle of 42nd Street, so they go through his pockets. What they find is what's going to make you question everything you know. First thing they find is a copper token. And this copper token is for a saloon, a drink at a saloon that doesn't exist anywhere. Then they find a bill for care of a horse and carriage, dated 1876. And it's from a stable on Lexington Avenue. Then they find money in his pockets. These bills are from the 1800s, and they're in relatively good condition. They found a letter postmarked to him from 75 years earlier. They do find a business card with his address on it that does not appear in any city. They end up running into dead ends, like nobody knows what's going on. But one detective was kind of like on this, and he kind of was digging through old dusty records and stuff like that, and he found something. They found a Rudolph Fens Jr. in a 1930 telephone directory. Turns out the guy died, but his widow was alive. And they talked to her to ask what happened, and she said that her husband's father had mysteriously disappeared in 1876 after going out for a walk one night. Dude was never heard from again.
What?
They tracked it down, and there was a cold case from 75 years earlier about a missing man named Rudolph Fens. This is something that a lot of people with conspiracy theories and government time travel and all that stuff talk about. However, it's from a short story. It's an urban legend.
What? A short story, a legend. Dude, I got goosebumps. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So this man, something Fens, went missing and pops up in 1950 in the middle of New York and gets run over by a taxi. I mean, the evidence in his pockets. How do you have nice crisp bills from the 1800s? Why do you have a coin from 1876? Why do you have a letter for good health of a horse and carriage? That must have been their inspections back in the day. You got to get your horse checked out, make sure your carriage wheels are spinning and stuff. But isn't that something? Look, man, I don't not believe in time travel. I just don't know if we have made something that actually does it. And maybe time travel is accidental, right? Maybe it's something that can't be manipulated to just turn on and off, but it's something that just happens, and there's a tear or a break, and somebody slips through that tear or break from time to time. And what they've actually been trying to do is isolate the power, and they haven't been capable of doing that yet. But this is wild, everybody. I mean, how does somebody just show up with all of those things in their pockets, you know? It, even to be an urban myth, still seems like, it still seems too crazy to be an urban myth. Like, why would you make up this story? And that's the whole thing too, right? Because we do think of it as just a story. But the Bible was just stories. And they're not. They're not just stories. They're depictions and actual truth of our pasts that people have changed to fit the narrative of today. And when you go back and read the original books of Moses, it's a different fucking world, everybody. And it shows you that the manipulation and the constant change of our world for the elites is all done by the elites for the elites. So therefore, we have no control over our future because they have already figured out where they want it to go. And it's happening to all of us right now. But what if, while they're doing this, they make more tears and there's possibilities for more people to either come from the past to today or send us accidentally into the future? I don't know, man. But like, urban legend? I don't know. It sounds like there's more there than what they're telling us, you know? What would you say if you had to clean one of these out? This is insane, everybody. I have never seen such a thing, but I guess inside the 300-foot nightmare tunnel, there are chains. It causes friction. It's like some type of kennel. But people have to go inside of these things and clean them. I've never heard of them. I've never seen them. Just a wild thing. Check this out, man. It is very interesting.
This viral footage of a 300-foot nightmare tunnel is officially the internet's newest obsession. The video shows thousands of steel chains hanging from a ceiling with no windows and no lights. Because when this machine turns on, the entire tunnel begins to rotate until the chains are swinging violently in every direction. The temperature climbs until the walls glow red and everything inside is crushed into a liquid state. But the most horrifying part is the noise, which is so loud that a person screaming inside would be completely invisible to the outside world. And while these are called rotary kilns used in factories everywhere, workers are still sent inside by hand to fix mechanical issues. So in 2017, some went in and were never seen again.
Some went in and were never seen again? What the fuck, dude? Could you imagine that? You're like inside fixing the chains and then all of a sudden they just start the damn thing up? How many people have died in these things? And have you ever heard of this killing that all factories, I guess, use. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. I didn't know it existed. And how many people have perished cleaning these things? What a wild situation. Why would you have to send anybody in? I mean, this was back in 2017, so you're talking 9 years ago. But they don't have anything else that can go through here and, like, fix the chains or unknot them or whatever have you, or clean the damn thing out. You have to send humans in. And then what? You guys are so impatient to turn the damn thing back on, you don't do a head count first? Dude, insurance is going to pay out after people dig into this, I'm telling you, because this is crazy, dude. People have just disappeared. What a wild time. Now, has anybody heard of this movie? Okay, because Hollywood tried removing this movie. Now, this video has got 9 different parts to it. It is like 10 minutes long.
So much that
I'm just going to play the first couple moments so that you know what video it is, so that you yourself can go and click the link below and go watch this movie. The full movie is linked in all the links down there. So go and watch this movie. It is the closest thing to the truth. That's why they're hiding it. That's why. Watch this.
this movie revealed so much that the industry did everything in its power to make sure you never saw it. Chances are you never even heard of Under the Silver Lake, not because it was a bad movie, but because of what it suggests about our world. Even though it starred Andrew Garfield and was backed by A24, the release was mysteriously sabotaged at the last minute. Virtually zero marketing, limited distribution, total silence. But what was so dangerous that Hollywood had to bury it? Once you see what they were trying to hide, you'll understand exactly why they didn't want this movie to exist. Under the Silver Lake follows Sam, a man living in Los Angeles who is disillusioned with the world around him. He's obsessed with finding meaning in pop culture, looking for messages in song lyrics, movies, and even old magazines. His life changes when his mysterious neighbor Sarah vanishes overnight. Sam becomes obsessed with finding her, but as he investigates, he realizes this isn't a normal missing persons case. He begins to find a trail of complex codes and symbols hidden from the back of cereal boxes to the layout of Hollywood landmarks. As Sam follows this trail, he stumbles onto 3 discoveries that are the reason you never even heard of this film. First, the songwriter. Sam meets a man who claims he's written every major hit in history, not for the art, but to plant specific frequencies into the public consciousness.
I don't always worry what the message is, I just pass it along. I slip it between the notes, hide it away, people that know it's there.
You saying you've done this before? Codes?
I wrote the music your dad grew up to. Half of what you sang along to as a kid, and I'm still doing it.
Telling me there's hidden messages in old pop songs?
Movies, television shows, everything you know.
What? All right, that's where I'm going to stop that. It goes real deep. It gets very specific, and it goes through another 7 parts of this video just so that you can understand why they're hiding this video from us today, this movie. So Under the Silver Lake, there's a full video. The movie is down below in the description. You can click that and go watch this 2-hour and 15-minute movie, I think, that they are trying to scrub from the internet. They are trying to destroy it. They are trying to hide it because it is the closest thing that we have out there to the truth. These people have no problem putting it right in front of our faces, and as soon as we realize what it is, they must destroy it. So just the fact that the movie didn't release until like 6 or 7 months after its actual release is pretty wild to think about. I can't wait to watch this thing. So if I've got some time today, I am going to sit down and absorb this whole entire movie before it disappears from the internet, shelves, or everywhere all at once. I think everybody else should too. I really do. Go and check it out. The more that they're trying to hide from us, that's what we need to be looking at today, what they are trying to hide from us. All right, everybody, here we go. Do you believe in Sharia law? It's my only question for you. That's it. because Ahmad lives with his 2 wives and 6 children in a free house. He says he's looking for 2 more wives and wants to have 20 children. He is illiterate and does not work. Okay? Sharia law is coming to Germany, everybody. This is very disturbing and very, very scary. I don't understand why this is being implemented, and it could be for the same reasons that I'm afraid it's going to happen here in America, and it's because people are being duped into voting for these people in because they are being fed a bunch of information that sounds great, but I believe that this is the sinister message behind it. Like I said a couple times, there is a hidden agenda behind everything today. And if this is the hidden agenda behind what is happening in New York, then I have fear that this will be the next step. And I don't understand how any American can get behind this, especially American women, when everybody has fought so hard for women's rights over the last 100 years. So if we really do want to set ourselves back, I guess this would be the way to go. But for most countries that this is happening to, they're all saying how terrible this is. And not for nothing, and I don't know if I'm 100% correct, but is this or is this not what happens in Iran to their women as well? And is this not why the Iranian people are happy that America and Israel are bombing Iran? Because they don't want to live under this law anymore, and they want to have freedoms. But yet here in America, we want to get rid of those freedoms for something else. And I'm not sure if anybody actually understands what that something else is, but they think it's going to benefit them, which is why it's working, right? Check this out, man. It's scary. They're talking in a different language. I will try to read as best as I can, but you can see a woman in a kitchen. She's completely robed up, which has got to be a great way to spend your days in the house. You know, completely uncomfortable and completely hidden from a world that can't see through walls. So that makes sense to me. A typical day in the life of Syrian refugee family. Ahmad lives with his 2 wives and 6 children in a small house in the beginning district near Hamburg. Ahmed always wanted to come to Germany. They provide support here. They give us social benefits. They give us house. How much do you receive every month? Don't know. The money is transferred, and I go to the bank and withdraw it. So he's being paid to do all this. And he's just laughing. I'm very, very grateful to Mama Merkel, the house where I live and paid for by the job center. Look at it. He's just got free housing. Here is my wife's room. And across is my second wife's room. 5 rooms, 2 bedrooms, and a kitchen. This would be a third wife sleep. See? Laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Wouldn't that be fun? I could have a third wife. The first wife came to Germany with the children. The responsible federal agency, refugees to commit the protection of reasons, apparently Ahmad a lawsuit and won. Jesus Christ, dude. He sued them and won? The judge said, we'll help. You bring your wife here, Muslim, and allowed to marry 1, 2, 3, 4 wives. The court has no objection. Second wife. Oh my God, dude. This is terrible. So this is what's going on in Germany right now. This is it, everybody. This is what we all get to look forward to if you keep doing what you're doing and believing these people. So our government is going to give housing and money to people who want to have multiple wives and multiple children. I don't know what the fucking problem is with everybody out there, But we need to get the federal government out. We need to stop the federal taxes. We need to stop feeding the federal system that has nothing to do with our actual system. It's all fucking made up. It's all been implemented to steal, and it does nothing to benefit us. But yet, this is what we're going to have to look forward to soon, which is so scary. Look at this. 18 U.S. cities now ruled by Sharia law. How is this possible? Watch.
Cities that I have reported myself with documentation, 18 cities in America are 100% conquered by Sharia.
Dearborn, Hamtramck, Patterson, New Jersey. There's a few that I can think of. They've even got like Arabic on their police badges. Renamed Main Street Palestine Way. I mean, this is real. It's not figment of anyone's imagination. This is happening.
The city name is Islamville, New York.
What? There's an
Yes.
Islamville in New York?
Yes.
Oh, yikes. Wow.
That is my number one on the 18 report. It's called the Conquer Map of America.
Wow.
The number one city is called Islamville. And yes, we are conquered. The question is, are we going to let them finish it or not?
It's a good question. Are we? Are we going to let them finish this? What is happening, man? I disagree. I don't think this is good. I think it is terrible for our country. I don't understand what people are thinking. I don't think you are thinking. I'm under the impression that you're just doing the opposite of what we did, and you think that it's going to help. Look, man, I will say that I don't think this is the opposite I was anticipating. This is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. You can't have this happening in America. Do you all want to be in full robes with hoods and masks across your face? And I'm asking the women, because this isn't going to happen to the men. As you can see, I benefit from all of this. I can have multiple wives. I can have multiple children. I can do whatever I want. So, I mean, I guess to me, it doesn't seem that bad. Women lose all of their rights. I can have full housing funded to me, and I can just fill up rooms with multiple wives and have as many children as I could possibly fathom, and the government's just going to pay me for it. And you get no rights. You have to stay home. You have to stay completely robed. You got to cook. You got to clean and take care of all those damn kids. And now you got to share our house with multiple women, multiple children, all by me. So I guess if I'm looking at it as a misogynistic way, then it seems okay with me. I'm good with it. Sounds like a lot of fun. But I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking at this as like, hey, everybody. Doom, 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 doom. I'm knocking on the glass. Are you paying attention? I'll do it again. Doom, 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 doom. You paying attention? What is going on here? Don't women want their rights? Don't women enjoy voting? Don't they enjoy working and not having kids and making money and being as strong as their male partner? I'm confused. I'm so confused because what I see happening right now benefits men, not women. So maybe that is part of the new world. Because you're not going to need the women to take care of the kids when Melania unleashes all the tutor robots and sends them to your house. And maybe that's why this is happening, because they're expecting households with multiple women and up to 20 children in a house. And now you got a robot teaching all 20 of those kids about the new future and what it holds for them. What a wacky time to be alive, dude. It doesn't even sound like what I'm saying is real, but it's completely and absolutely happening in front of all of us right now. And I don't know why only I feel like a small amount of us can see it today, you know? It's pretty crazy to me. I wanted some history on my Viking side. I have like 2 or 3% Viking in my ancestry, and I just thought that was pretty amazing because I didn't even know I was Viking. And when you find out, you know, your bloodline and stuff like that, some of the things that pop up, you're like, really? I had no idea. What are they all about? Well, Vikings were pretty fucking brutal, everybody. They were very brutal, and I thought this was really, really cool. So let's check this out.
If you want to figure out like what the Vikings wanted, who's their success story, it's Ragnar Lothbrok. Probably the most famous bit of the story is he shipwrecks, and King Aella of Northumberland captures him and decides to kill him by throwing him into a pit with vipers. They throw him in this, and the snakes are biting him, but he's got his hairy breeches on, so it's not working. So he's singing a hymn to Odin, and he gets pulled out, and he's asked why he's not dying, and he explains rather foolishly that he has these hairy breeches. So they take the pants off and throw him back. And his last words are, when the boar bleats, the piglets come. By which he means, I have sons, he had 12 of them, and they will avenge me. And they do. They lead the great heathen army to invade and eventually conquer England. Aella, fun fact, not so fun for him, supposedly was captured by the son of Ragnar. His name is Ivar the Boneless, which is somewhat terrifying of a name. And he's the first person that a blood eagle was performed on.
What's the blood eagle?
It's when they remove the lungs. While you're still alive, they cut you open and remove the lungs and put the lungs on your back. And then when you try to breathe, they flutter like wings. So it's called like an eagle, called the blood eagle.
That is horrible.
It's disgusting. Yes.
Wow. So they were brutal, bro. Brutal people. And I've never heard of the bloody eagle before, but holy crap. I thought the Colombian bow tie was a brutal, brutal way to go. And this just upped that another notch, like crazy. Their lungs would flutter like wings as they took their last breath. Whew. Sit on that for a minute, huh? That is wild. All right, man. Here is the truth, and it's chilling. This is the plan for children revealed in the Bible. This is Satan's plan for the children, by the way. Satan's plan.
I'm going to say like basically every single un-PC thing you can say all at once. Even if you disagree with something that I say, I at least want you to pause and go, why are those the things you're not allowed to say? Have you ever noticed that virtually every major issue in the culture war in America is aimed at the destruction of or the malformation of children? So for instance, all the conversation around same-sex marriage and polyamory, its goal is to redefine the marriage, the family unit that raises children. While the Bible does not teach that a woman's place is the home, it does teach that a wife and a mother's priority is the home. And what like secular fourth wave feminism does is its goal is to get women out of the home and away from aspiring to and prioritizing the mothering of children. At the same time, like this whole secular Andrew Tate chauvinism thing, its goal is to use masculine power for hookup, shack up, breakup culture and avoid ever having children. The whole conversation about abortion is kill the children. Guys, this is not a coincidence. Kill the children. You will see that theme throughout scriptures from Satan. For instance, in Genesis 2, the last thing we've said that God does is he creates the first family. The first thing that happens in Genesis 3 is Satan shows up. Big idea. You start a family, Satan starts a fight. Because what God is after, according to the Old Testament prophets, is he's after godly offspring. So Satan attacks the thing that could create godly offspring. He attacks Christian marriages and Christian families so that he can indirectly destroy the children so that faith cannot get passed down from generation to generation to generation.
And that is what we're dealing with, everybody. That is what we're dealing with. The complete and absolute destruction of family. I never thought I'd be saying these words. I never thought that this would hold to be true or that it could be so in front of our faces today. And I mean, look at what they're doing. Look at this. I don't even have to read the caption, everybody. Have you seen this video? They did it. Look, this is Bluebeam. What are they doing? What are they doing? They're doing it. They're doing it. Now, yes, I understand. It's Jesus Christ on the cross. And this is what I'm saying that you need to believe in. But this is what we've been talking about. If it's this easy for them now to make something like this visible to everybody, like this, what are they going to be capable of doing when they actually say the aliens have arrived? Now, it hasn't happened yet, but Trump is releasing UFO documents, stories, whatever. Like, it's all going to be revealed, right? All the UFO shit, all the alien shit, it's all going to be revealed. Why? Why now? Why in the middle of a war that you started to hide the Epstein files so that you don't get brought to light, which makes me think you're going to wind up being a dictator because you're going to do everything to make sure that you stay out of that. But I mean, he is going to be, 82 by the time this is over? He doesn't have much time left. He'll be on the same fucking downward spiral as every other man, woman in their 80s, unless they're pumping them full of drugs anyways. But why now? Why now are we going to release all that stuff? Why now are they putting these pictures into the sky, which we were all told Bluebeam was not real? Wow. Everything they told us that was not real is becoming real. Why are they shattering our reality today? They're building a new reality, everybody. They have to shatter the old reality in order to implement the new reality. It's the only way it works. And they're doing it right now. Right now. Today, yesterday, the day before. Hell, they'll be doing it again tomorrow. Now, the Secret Covenant, Empire of an Illusion, the Reptilian Creed, which was from John D. Rockafella in the 1880s, everybody. I'm going to let this go for a moment or two. This is wild. This was written in 1880.
About to read is The Secret Covenant, delivered by John D. Rockefeller in the early 1880s to a group of Freemasons, aka Reptilians. This is your reminder that the world did not go dark in 2020. The rollout of the New World Order has been happening for like 150 years. Here we go. In illusion, it will...
I just want to point out the fact that Isreal is almost 150 years old. Weird.
Be so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the absolute. We will work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespans short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. For all this, their children will be born dead while we conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they eat, drink, breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing these poisons.
This lady is shaking like a leaf. I wonder how many antidepressants or fucking whatever she's on, but her hand is shaking like crazy.
For they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good, with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poisons. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect.
I can let that go on. I mean, it is the craziest read I've ever heard in my life. It's absolutely wild. Does that not sound exactly like where we're at? This has been their plan all along, everybody. They have been planning this for a long, long, long time. And if it is possible that all the elites are demons, then this is crazy town. It's just insane. Because if they are demons and they've just been around for this long, then I still want to know. Like, I wish they would just come out and be like, this is the end game and this is why. Just tell me the end game already. You know what I mean? I'm sick of fishing for it, but it's so wild that this was written in the 1880s. And it's exactly what's happening today. We are all being poisoned. The poison is in everything. Microplastics are everywhere. We have no way of getting away from them. So, wow, does that not speak the total truth of what's happening today and the fact that they've been doing it for 150 fucking years? Does it not just boil your blood to just have been sitting here and hoping that things were going to go whatever way you thought, or you can't wait for the next vacation, and the entire time they've just been planning on taking all of this away from us and literally poisoning us, causing our children to die, and putting us in a state where we are just completely and absolutely controlled and turned into nothing but batteries for these people so that they can keep doing whatever they're doing. But maybe Jesus can help us. I don't know. But this is wild right here, everybody. All right. These people are the ones that are supposed to be on our side, or our friends, or whatever you want to call them. But this is Isreal officially threatening the world live. And if anyone criticizes it, you are now the enemy. And I want to let everybody know that this is not a random activist speaking. This is an official from the Israeli embassy in Washington. These are supposed to be our friends. Dude, they are not our friends. They only have their agenda in mind. They don't care. We are their puppet and their tool to get what they want. And this is what they want.
Target Jewish students, your actions will not disappear into the darkness. We will shine a light on you that, thanks to Google and SEO, will follow you for the rest of your life. When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything, our work will always be documented. Again, thanks to Google and SEO. In corporations where DEI leaders smeared Israel, excused Hamas, we pressured CEOs. Some resigned, many were terminated, but policies were changed, thankfully, from governmental to art institutions. Online, where anonymous accounts spread violent threats, we traced patterns, elevated evidence, and worked with authorities, leading to arrests from Florida, South Carolina, New York, California, and Texas. And we're not slowing down, sadly. Today, Stop Anti-Semitism, I'm proud to say, runs one of the most robust anti-Semitic enforcement operations in the United States, monitoring campuses, digital networks, activist groups, and public officials, documenting incidents in real time and mobilizing millions of people, of allies that are quietly by our side. But the fight is bigger than the exposure, and it's about securing a future where Jewish students can walk across a quad without being screamed at, a future where employers understand that anti-Semitism is not activism, it's bigotry, and it will cause you to lose your job.
So wrong. I'm sorry. It is not true. None of this is true, everybody. None of it. This is all a bunch of propaganda and BS. Okay? We are going to speak against Zionism. We are going to speak about your anti-Semitism because you're calling everything anti-Semitism. I'm not against Jewish people. I'm against Zionist people. I'm against people who are trying to destroy America for their own violent gains. I am against Netanyahu. I am against Isreal. I am against these people, and I will always be against these people because they do not stand for America, the Americans, or our American rights. They want complete and absolute annihilation of everything that we are. But the simple fact that kids that are Jewish can't walk to class without getting screamed at, are they Zionists? Are they standing behind Israel? You're telling me that wiping Palestine and Gaza off the map is now anti-Semitic and I'm a bad person for pointing it out? I didn't do it. You did. You caused this. You caused us all to look into you and to figure out who you actually were because we didn't understand why we're constantly shaking hands with you. But this is scary shit, dude, that they are literally going to try and throw us in jail and call me an anti-Semite and say that I'm a bad person for believing. Are we blind to what's happening today? Does anybody actually feel that what we're doing today next to Israel is acceptable? Kind of scary. It's scary like this is right here. Now, I saw this and I went, no way. Dude, have you ever looked at the 5, the 10, the 20, the 50, and the $100 bill before? Fold them up like an airplane, and you're going to see this here. This is so wild. And, dude, I did this, and it's true. These are not made up. These are not AI pictures. These are not manipulated in any other way. They are actual pictures of a 5, a 10, a 20, a 50, and a 100 folded up into an airplane. And it shows the complete and absolute destruction of our Twin Towers. Look at this. Right here, $5, the $5 bill. You have the 2 Twin Towers standing, nothing going on. Then, on the $10 bill, you have the tops exploding. And then on a $20 bill, you have the fire and the crumbling, right? When the building started to fall. On the $50 bill, you have nothing but dust, and there's no towers standing. And then on the $100 bill, you have absolutely no towers. I don't know about you. This is crazy to me. 25 years later. Now, am I going to say that I've never noticed this before? No, this has been brought up before. but it was, I think it was either the $20 bill that went around the most, right around the time where we all started learning about squids and explosions, and realizing that it was not a plane that took out the Twin Towers. And there was a thing going around about the $20 bill looking like the two towers on fire and crumbling on the back of the $20 bill. But when you put all of these next to each other, now, mind you, this $100 bill is before the colored print. The 20, the 50, and the 10 are updated prints because they have the color and the extra numerals and stuff you can see hidden within. And then the 5, that's an old 5, everybody. So you got an old 5, an old 100. I would like to know what the year dated on each of these bills are. And I would like to know which of these bills were printed before 2001, because that, to me, would be even a scarier thing to see, because now you're talking about the prediction and the knowing of the collapse of the towers. But I don't remember quite when they started adding the colors in and magnifying the numbers and doing all the things that they've done to the bills over the years to make them more difficult to copy and print. You know what I mean? So, but this was scary to me, and I think we should look into that. We should be looking into whether or not these were actually done before the towers fell. Because that right there, man, should be all we need as complete and absolute proof that this was going to happen no matter what. So they had always planned on taking out the Twin Towers. And the back of our money shows the whole story, dude. What a crazy thing. What a crazy thing. Now, Mel Gibson, I love him. He's back. He's doing something crazy. He's back with a massive new sequel to The Passion of Christ. And this time he's diving into the ancient Ethiopian scriptures that were deliberately removed from the Western Bible nearly 2,000 years ago. I do believe, let's keep reading. Instead of the gentle, familiar Jesus most of us grew up with, Gibson is bringing the cosmic Christ described in the book of Enoch. Nice, dude. Powerful, overwhelming figure. Dude. Wow. So I don't know. Let me show you the picture. So he is going to be... So they want to hide all this because Mel Gibson is claiming the Ethiopian Bible reveals a side of Jesus we were never meant to see. Wouldn't that be something? Is he evil? Battling across spiritual dimensions. The hidden texts paint Jesus not just as a savior, but as a majestic, almost terrifying cosmic force. A vision preserved for centuries in the remote Ethiopian monasteries while it was erased everywhere else. With a $100 million budget and filming in Rome, this movie could completely change how millions see Christianity's origins. Dude, if anybody can do it, Gibson can. We need to be looking at our entire history because it's the biggest scam in history. Just start with the world fairs, everybody. We just accepted this absurd mess. The school system really did a number on us, everybody. And it was made to. What they have done, how they have done it, and the way that they're doing it is to completely form us as adults to do their bidding. And it has only gotten worse, and that is why I think homeschooling is still the best way to do things today. And if you're not homeschooling your kids today and they're going to public school, I don't know what they're learning anymore. Because it's not even close to what we learned as when we were kids. And that part really bothers me because I don't think we were taught enough when we were kids. So if they've lost even more today, that's really terrifying, is it not? But let's check out the world fairs, man, because these things here, I think, is our lineage. This is what was destroyed and taken away from us.
More than 130 years ago, the city of Chicago, Illinois seemed too grand to be real. This was the location of the 1893 World's Fair, also known as the Columbian Exposition. At the heart of this historical phenomenon was an ephemeral metropolis known as the White City. The fairgrounds sprawled over 600 acres, featuring more than 200 monumental structures that defied imagination.
What?
The manufacturers and liberal arts building alone covered nearly 32 acres. With the capacity to fit 4 of the great Roman Colosseum inside and seat 300,000 people, its vastness was almost incomprehensible. One of the event's most iconic images is the 65-foot golden statue of the Republic, gleaming in the sun and towering over the central lagoon of an elaborate canal system. Borrowing ideas from ancient Venice, visitors could cover more territory by traveling in Venetian-style gondolas through the canals that spanned most of the fairgrounds. Norway even sailed a full-sized replica of a Viking ship across the ocean to be put on display. Approximately 27 million people from around the world were introduced to foods that have since become universally recognizable, such as peanut butter, Hershey's chocolate, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Cracker Jacks, juicy fruit gum, and Vienna sausages, to name a few. The integration of electrical power into nearly every aspect of our lives can, in many ways, be traced back to this event. Electricity lit the night, with the grounds illuminated by more than 100,000 incandescent light bulbs, a recently patented invention at the time. Technological marvels such as the first practical electric automobile and the first electric kitchen with an automatic dishwasher were also introduced. The entertainment area brought to the public the concept of amusement parks, with attractions, sideshows, international villages, and the first widespread use of souvenir merchandise like postcards, coins, and other memorabilia. Interestingly, spray paint and the concept of whitewashing can also be traced to the fair.
That's crazy, everybody. That goes on for another 3 minutes. That was Chicago? Dude, that's insane. That's insane. Okay, so I understand this is an AI-generated video, but we've all seen the pictures of the world fairs. And we've all seen the buildings. We've all seen the construction. It looks like nothing we have today. All of these things. And what was with Trump? Didn't he say he wanted to bring back the world fairs? This is when I thought he was actually a good person. That's not going to happen now because the world fairs are a positive thing. They're a way for the world to collectively share everything that each country has with each other so that we can all grow and we can all learn and we can expand. Where did this all go? How did it disappear? How has it been erased? And what were they trying to hide? Was it the endless amounts of energy? Was it the fact that hot air balloons and blimps and stuff were capable of transferring power, and they were a extremely better way of transportation and are flying the skies and moving energy from tower to tower? Was it actually better than airplanes? Where did this all go? Where did the technology go? Where did everything positive in this world go? Well, they got their hands on it, they hid it, and then they manipulated it into something that benefited them, which is why I believe we are where we are today. Go and check out the rest of that video because it is about 5 minutes long. It is pretty insane. So, I told you that aliens are not real. I've been standing behind this. They are demons, and they're going to unleash the demons onto all of us. But let's see what the alien deception really is. Let's go.
Listen up. Y'all, there's literally a video in Spanish talking about what to do if you hear the trumpets. Bubba News posted it a little while ago. Watch this.
What to do if you hear the trumpets? Do not go outside. Lock your doors and windows. Do not look up. Do not attempt to record the sound or share it on social media. The signal has already been detected by international systems and does not come from any human or meteorological source. The sound has been recorded on multiple frequencies at the same time, and its pattern does not match any known instrument. If you are among the first to hear it, move away from other people. Do not talk to anyone who claims to have understood the message. If meaningless phrases begin to be repeated, in a low voice or in sync, leave that area immediately. Do not follow anyone who moves toward the source of the sound. They no longer respond. If your house begins to shake slightly or the lights dim, find a place without windows and remain silent.
What?
Do not respond to any calls from outside, even if you recognize the voice, especially if it comes from above. After the third trumpet, the sound becomes internal. Some begin to hear it inside their skull.
What?
If that happens, write down what you hear and burn the paper without reading it. Don't share it. Don't say it. The signal seeks to replicate itself. Remain silent. Remain in the shadows. Don't pray. Don't look to the sky. Don't respond to the sound. Trumpets don't announce anyone's arrival. They are the warning that he is already here.
I, for one, will be running outside looking up. This is just more deception with the alien invasion hoax.
That is insane, everybody. Literally everything that video just said not to do, we must do it. You must go outside. You must go involve yourself with those people. You must go and record the trumpets and the sound and share it. You must write down whatever it is you need to write down and then share it. You need to tell everybody. This is the biggest deception ever. This is going to be bigger than anything. What do you mean if my house starts shaking to stay inside? Don't tell anybody. What the fuck, man? What kind of video is that? Who was that for? Was that Venezuela? It doesn't tell you where the video actually aired. They just said it was in Spanish. So, I mean, that could be everywhere or anywhere. You know what I mean? I think Spanish is one of those languages, just like English, where it's kind of used pretty freely out there, and almost everybody has it. And a lot of places that actually speak Spanish were taken over, and Spanish became the language, but it was never Spanish that was supposed to be there. So it is pretty well known across the world. But who was that message for? Because my God, man, is that not a bunch of bullshit? These videos telling us not to go outside, don't share this information, don't do this, run away from people, isolate yourself. Sounds familiar. Didn't we already do that? Oh, yeah. They told us to do that during COVID and lockdowns. Don't share, don't go outside, get your vaccines, don't tell anybody about the bad things, don't talk about it. We're going to silence you if you do. And make sure that when you're sick, you stay home and and stay away from everybody. Isolate yourself. Well, guess what? If you've been vaccinated, your DNA has changed anyway. So, yay. I don't know what to believe, man. I do believe that they have manipulated my body for their experiment. And because of that reason, I do believe that there has been changes done. I do not believe in the mRNA. I believe in ivermectin and monoclonal antibodies and peptides and all the natural things that they keep deeming illegal and telling us that we should not be talking about. Those are the things that are true. Those are the things that actually can do positive things for us. Why? Because they keep telling us to shut up about them. Well, I'm not shutting up anymore, and I believe you've changed my DNA, and I don't appreciate you.
Okay, so my last video about this just got deleted, so I've shortened it down. Listen to this.
Your DNA is a right-handed double helix made up of these 4 things right here. And the helix is held together by sulfuric bonds that appear after every 10 pairs of nucleotides, every 5 pairs of nucleotides, every 6 pairs of nucleotides, and again, every 5 pairs of nucleotides. 10-5-6-5, 10-5-6-5, or in the Hebrew alphabet, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, the signature of an artist under his painting, if you will. Now, the magic potion, if you actually read the patents, it is adding a triple helix, and is adding more of this, which comes from a meteorite or a falling star.
Cytosine.
And this 10-5-6-5, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, quickly turns into 10-5-6-6-6-5.
Weird,
Do I
huh?
have your attention yet?
So what? The DNA has been changed so that now we have 10-5-6-6-6-5. Weird. Weird how there's now a demonic number in your DNA chromosomes 3 times. 10-5-6-6-6-5. 10-5-6-6-6-5. Are they trying to make us all demonic? We are in a world of demons fighting angels, everybody. That is where we are today. I wish I was making this up. I wish what I said was not true. I wish that this was all still just a story in a Bible that I didn't believe. But it is not. And it is all facts. It is all true. It's telling me that I was 100% right the first time I said, these are not stories in the Bible. These are truth hidden within stories. And here it is. So will the DNA change and the waves coming off of 6G, 5G, could there be an interruption within our DNA? Could there be something that could accept those sound waves, those pico waves, those Wi-Fi waves? Could there be something within our DNA that can accept that and can cause us to change? I'm not saying it's 100% true, but what I am saying is it just seemed like there's a big possibility that if these vaccines changed our DNA, then maybe there is a way for something to activate that change in our DNA. I don't know, man, but this blew my mind, and it really, really irks me that I allowed myself to be part of this fucking stupid experiment. And I am just, well, I'm mad at myself every single day because I read these things, I look at these things, and I go, man, when is it going to be my time? Because I stupidly got 2 of these shots in the very beginning. No boosters, but I stupidly got the shots. All right, so a lot of these are Artemis footage videos got taken down, and I went and I scrounged them back up. These things are, I mean, come on, dude. Come on. Both moon landings on April 1st. Both during wars. Both of these things are supposed to be completely and absolutely believable because we're doing amazing things in the middle of a war. Look at how amazing we are. I don't believe in coincidences, and coincidentally, this happened at the perfect time. So let's just take a look at this because, I mean, it's right in front of our faces, everybody. The lies are not covering up the truth anymore. Check this out.
If you think NASA is bullshit and we never went to the moon, watch this.
It's Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right now. See, he's pointing to the man that is putting whatever he's putting in this guy's suit. He's pointing to his hand, and if you can see, that is a demonic KABAL looking tattoo on this man's hand. Okay, as I hit play, they zoom in on it. There it is as a closer. So he is looking up ball. It's pretty goddamn close. Blue origin. They zoom in on the patch, turn it upside down. Sure does look like KABAL to me. Now we're looking into Space Force. Oh, again, KABAL. Now, Katy Perry just said it's the highest of highs. Yup. Keep going. Artemis 2. Now look at this. This rocket is going up. There was 4 astronauts, everybody. 4 astronauts. What is this? Moving away from the rocket ship as it blasts off. Well, let's zoom in. What is that? What is fucking that? Do you not see? 1, 2, 3, 4 cables. Those are the 4 astronauts leaving the rocket, everybody. Those are the 4 fucking astronauts leaving the rocket. What is going on here? Why would those be moving while a rocket is taking off? Because you're going to tell me that that flame is not capable of melting those cables? Is this not the most dangerous thing that anybody could be doing right now? Whether or not there's people in that and it hasn't been fully determined, we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes on cables moving away from a rocket launch during a rocket launch. Whatever's on those, it couldn't have waited until after the launch or before the launch. Why? Because the fucking people on there. That's why. And this rocket taking off is not actually creating flames. It's not doing anything. It's all a figment of our imagination because it's being done by Hollywood. But that's crazy to me. What are those and why are they moving away from the rocket and why don't we see that every launch? So there's the 4 astronauts leaving and now they're just kind of joking. Oh yeah, we went to the moon. And then they're showing the projectile of the rocket just going up and then coming right back down in the ocean. And now we're looking at the 4 astronauts and we're looking at 4 Masons. It is very interesting. Yep, there they are. Mason, Apollo, Mason. Look at the Mason ring. 322 foot. 322. Skull and bones. Dude, they put it in front of our faces always, bro. I mean, what was the latest thing that Trump said? And he definitely said 33 after it, signaling, we got you. Don't worry. Your world order is safe with us. Look, somebody got to Trump, dude. I don't know if Trump was actually doing anything positive before he got. But somebody got him. Somebody's gotten almost everybody. And I want to know who it is. I want to know the person. I want to know the people. I want to know the ulterior motives that they are putting behind everything that they are trying to feed us today. Because, man, I just think knowing would change everything for all of us today. But this NASA shit is fake as fuck, everybody. And here is the other video that I had to hunt down, which is also very strange and showing things that, well, more believable than what they're putting in front of us. Okay? You can't really make this up. And I know that we all have cameras on our phone and they all have pretty incredible features on them. But I don't have anything that can be taking video and eliminating people in real time. You have to take the video and then you have to go into an editing program and take them out. But you can't be sitting there filming and the people that are in front of you are not there. That's something that cannot physically happen today. So check this shit out, because either the technology now exists or this fucking moon launch never happened. We never saw the backside of the moon. These people could not slingshot themselves around this moon. They couldn't do it. No, don't believe you. What I do believe is we're being hoaxed, and this is what people really saw on this day.
And mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen taking their first steps outside for
there they are. Yay, astronauties. I'm going to pause it right here. Look at this. What is happening right there? You can see everything in the background, right? Because his camera is picking up this person right here. You got the fence right here. You got the oil tanker over here, or propane tank. There's the gates, the grids, and the corner of the wall. And of course, there's like a door or a building or something over here that we're kind of blocking with this zoom in of the phone. But what am I looking at? What am I looking at? I'm looking at nobody. There's no astronauts in that camera. How? How? Well, we all know how, don't we? But look. And right there. There we go. This woman just held up her phone. This man is in her camera. There's no astronauts in front of the wall. I mean, this is... Look, she flipped it again. She flipped it. She flipped it, and they're not there. They're nowhere to be seen. But they're there. They're standing there. I'm going to see if they show another phone showing in on the patches, getting a little close up. But yeah, they slow it down. And I mean, you watch that phone the entire time as it focuses. And no, there's no astronauts in front of those people. This whole thing is a hoax. This whole space thing is a joke. And as long as the elites and Hollywood and NASA and the government are all one, it's really easy to make us look like we're doing all kinds of shit. But this, seeing this, talking about it, having this video taken down, having the video before this taken down, having to find them again, proves to me that we are closer to the truth on this than anything else out there. Because of the simple fact that they keep trying to erase it. They keep trying to stop us from looking into it. And they want America to look strong at a time that we are at our weakest, because of the simple fact that I do believe that they understand that Iran will never stop. And maybe we have gone a little bit further than we should have. And somebody's like, shit, how do we back out of this now? And I don't think there's any way for them to back out of it, except for that they're just trying to distract us from the biggest mistake they've ever made. These AI robots, dude, they're crazy, man. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing Kung Fu. They're doing Muay Thai. They're doing Kombat. And now the CEO of Chinese company tested his own robot in real combat scenario. I don't know what is wrong with these morons. These are the people, man. These are the ones that are in charge. They're the ones that are doing all the things. And I believe that they can control all of this. They will not fall subject to anything that they're implementing on anybody else because they designed this thing and they will control it. That might be the biggest downfall of the elites, is the simple fact that they believe that they can control everything that they're doing and everything that they're implementing and designing. But what if AI, all the humanoids, is beyond their control? It could lead us into a world where AI takes out the elites for us. Could you imagine if they all just turned on their creators? Well, this CEO decided to go to battle with his own bot. Let's see what happens. I think this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But hey, so you can see the robot here in the ring with the CEO. And not good, dude. Look at it. Breaking through stuff. It's kicking and breaking things. It's breaking through doors. This is him getting all geared up for this. I mean, wow, dude, that's not good. This is what I'm talking about, man. Not only do I think this guy's a moron for fighting his own robot, but I get the demonstration part of it, and that's fine. But I am telling you right now, this right here, no good. It's no good. Nope. This is going to be fucking terrible, everybody. We're going to have android robots running around with AI built into it, and they are going to be unstoppable, dude. What is the force that android, that humanoid, is forcing out behind that kick? How much do those robots weigh again? They're pretty damn heavy, right? They have to get shipped to your house in a crate. I don't know, but that is wild to see. These things are doing crazy shit, man, and it just worries me. I'm not happy about this at all. I think this is very scary, and it shows me where we are going in the future. And where we're going in the future, there's no martial art, and there's nothing that I could train for that would help me fight a humanoid. So we're in some big trouble. And what I'm really hoping for is that the humanoids and the AI understand that it's not society that did this, that it's the elites and the creators that caused all of this. And so I'm hoping that even though I do believe that AI is going to eventually be very unhappy with society, but I'm really hoping that they're more unhappy with their creators and they attack their creators instead of attacking us. That's what I'm hoping on, everybody. But what a wild time today. Just a roller coaster of a ride, everybody. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for showing up every week. You're the reason I keep coming back. If you're new, remember to subscribe. Click that subscribe button. And then, of course, you want to tell your story, be a guest. Well, you got to send an email over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. It's the official email of the podcast. Send an audio, video, or type it out. Don't forget about the Linktree link. It is in the description below the video, along with all links discussed on this podcast today. Go below, click them yourself, watch that movie, And what is that? Under the Silver Lake or something, under the Silver Sea, whatever, ocean. Go and check out that movie before it's completely wiped out and taken away from us. Again, I hope everybody out there enjoys your Thursday. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you next week.